Hey, what's up everybody? It's the Brickstuds here with another review video. Today we'll be reviewing set number... What is it?
It's your turn. No, it's my...
It's your turn. It's your turn not to know.
10271. In your face.
Okay.
The Fiat Lego.
The Lego Fiat. This looks like a cool Lego.
It's actually really cool. Like,
do you hear a seagull?
What the? Where'd they go?
Tell no tales. Yo ho ho!
Is that a note? So here's what the note says. It says, read this in a pirate voice. Okay. Yarg me booty, I am meaty. Your brothers are being held for ransom. If you want to see them again, you must build the Lego set that appeared behind you and do a review on it. What Lego set? What the? So, here's the Lego set that they want me to review. This Captain Brickbeard guy, whoever he is. So I have to review this Lego in order to get my brothers back.
Arr.
So normally we would have Jesse and Javier introduce the channel, introduce the Lego, and then mindlessly talk about that Lego for about 15 to 20 minutes. But unfortunately they are not here and I have absolutely zero clue as to where they went. They just vanished out of thin air. So I will be doing something that I normally don't do, and I will be introducing the video today. Hey everybody, welcome back. It's the Brickstuds here, and today we are going to be reviewing a very special Lego set in my opinion, and a very cool one at that. This is the Lego Ideas Ship in a Bottle, set number 92177 with 962 pieces, rated for anyone ages 12 and up, or really anybody that can comprehensively read the instruction manual, which I probably will not be able to. So before we get started, a couple things that stood out a little bit funny to me is that this Lego set on the box does not actually say ship in a bottle. If you were to try and purchase this Lego anywhere else, it would say that it is the Lego Ideas Ship in a Bottle. However, it just does not say that on the packaging. Now just to talk about the box a little bit without going into too much detail or spending 20 minutes talking about a box, this box, however, is actually incredibly detailed. There's a lot of markings all over the box. This is just one of those boxes that you turn it around and you just look at it and you're just constantly looking at something. It's not just a blank space. It's not just a yellow color or a red color. There's actually something on the box to look at. And when you turn the box around, there is the bottle without the ship in it. Instead, the ship is sailing on the water with a kraken reaching over trying to grab the ship. And this is a really cool scene altogether. This is a box that you should keep. Even if you're not a box collector unlike we are, this is definitely a box that you should keep, especially if you have one in really nice condition. So without any further ado, let's get this thing cracking. And let's open up this Lego set. Now before we begin, this is going to be a little bit tricky as I am just normally the man behind the camera, but today I'm going to be the man in front of the camera as well as behind the camera. And if you were hoping to get a face reveal today, unfortunately that is not going to be today. You are only going to see my lower half of my torso and my arms. Please bear with me if I mess up a little bit. We have to do this in order to get my brothers back. So let's get this done.
Weigh anchor and hoist the mizzen!
So in front of me, I have the Lego set, and in order to cut this, I brought a very, very trusty and flimsy, not so trustworthy knife. Ready? Here we go. I'll try and get this in the view of the camera.
Ow! Ow!
It's open. Alrighty. Here we go. This was a very easy box to open, which I'm very glad for. And as you can see, we have the poly bags inside the box. Now, one thing that I noticed off the bat is that this box has a black inside. It's not white or colored like the actual box itself. It's actually black, which is really cool. That in itself just tells me that this is a very quality Lego and was very well thought out. So in total, we have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5 poly bags. 3. So 6 total poly bags for this Lego, and 2 of them are just pure blue studs. Now, one thing that stood out to me about this Lego is that these plastic pieces that are the front of the bottle, these actually don't sit inside a bag or anything like that. They just kind of roam around in here freely, so these can get easily scratched, and these ones are actually, they're kind of banged up a little bit, which is really unfortunate, but I guess it won't be too big of a deal once the actual ship is built. You may not actually be able to tell the difference at first, but I am going to get a cloth and wipe these off just a little bit because they are a little bit dusty. Alrighty, with those wiped off, we're gonna go ahead and get ready to build.
Land ho! The black spot.
And here we have it, guys, the Lego Ideas ship in the bottle, fully assembled and ready to review. And just look at this thing. This thing is absolutely incredible from the top down. Everything about it, every little detail, this thing is just immaculate. Now, I want to go over all those details. I turned off the lights above me as well because it was creating this super ugly shadow, so that won't happen anymore. So now we can take a full look at this Lego. So let's start with the stand on the Lego itself. And here we go, we have the stand all by itself. Now this stand has a lot of key little details that make it just stand out. When you're displaying something as cool as a ship in a bottle, you're gonna wanna have a nice stand to put it on top of. So for starters, we have this little plaque in the front. that spells out Leviathan. Next, we have these little globes. Now these little globes are actually held together by 2 Lego minifigure heads. And there we have it. See, it's just held together by this little purple minifigure head, which I've never seen a purple minifigure head before. But the globe itself is actually a 2-piece that sticks together over top of the Lego head. And because they're just sitting on top of a Lego minifigure head, you can position them however way you please. Next, we have these little gold pieces that just kind of stand out and pop off these little brown pieces that are supposed to resemble wood. These just are little accent pieces that just make the entire stand come together. Now for the final piece that you've probably been waiting for, here is the little compass that sits at the bottom. And yes, you can actually redirection which way you want it to go. So if I want it to go south, I can make it face south. Now you can install the compass in any direction that you choose. I chose to have north facing from my right because I wanted the ship to be sailing north. So I thought that was just a cool little detail that you could do. Overall, the stand though is just something super cool that I wasn't expecting out of this Lego. It's a lot cooler in person. The camera just can't capture how amazing this Lego set is. But now we're gonna move on from the stand itself and we're going to actually talk about the main masterpiece, which is the ship in the bottle. On the inside, we have the obvious ship inside the, well, bottle. And on the inside of the bottle, we have the 280 something, give or take, light blue clear studs. Obviously to create the water. To remove the ship from its embottled prison, first you want to start off by taking off the neck of the bottle. Pops off just like so. So the top of the bottle is actually 4 pieces of acrylic, making it kind of a modular top. So you can remove the 2 top pieces and not remove the 2 bottom. And there you go. You can have the 2 bottom pieces still there, holding in all of the little studs, and you can just pull the ship out like so. And there we have it. Now the ship itself is out of the bottle. As you can see, the ship itself has some very beautiful white sails with this little figure on it. Every piece on here that has some form of detail, like the sails for instance, they're actually painted pieces. They're not stickers, which was really nice. It helped save a lot of time, and it just helped with the overall artistic value, as I probably wouldn't have put the stickers on anyway, so it was a really nice touch. And down here on the bottom we have 6 little nipple pieces, 3 on each side, that represent the cannons, and then these gold pieces are actually the shrouds for the cannons. Now the ship on top has 3 little crow's nests, though I believe only one of these actually represents a crow's nest, which is the one on the front. The other 2 are just kind of flat little nipple pieces upside down. And in the rear, I'm not exactly sure what this is supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be a flag, but it doesn't really look like one. And it's got 2 different colors on it, but oh well. The ship all around the top is very detailed. You have the part right here where the captain would sit. I wish there was like a little, tiny little wheel Lego that you could just put right there. That would make it all the more better. Overall, the ship in itself is incredibly detailed for how small it is, and I'm absolutely in love with this thing. Now right down there you can see a little black piece. That right there, I was actually missing the piece that was supposed to go with it. Yes, I did not have it in the actual Lego set itself, so I had to replace it with a black 2x1, which I was not too upset about, but it does kind of ruin the aesthetic of the ship a little bit just for me. But now we're going to move on from the ship to the actual bottle in itself. And why is it so far back? Now with the bottle itself, it is made out of a ton of clear acrylic Lego pieces. As this is a Lego, there are pieces inside the bottle that do not actually sit together 100%, and there are little spaces around the bottle. I was 100% sure that I had built the bottle incorrectly, but I had not. This is just how the Lego is. And here is the back side of the bottle. As you can see, there are a bunch of different kinds of clear Lego pieces that vary just from all different sizes. And right here you have the 2 little windows that allow you to view inside. But one thing I will say is that these clear pieces on camera, they look good and they kind of match, but in person they do not at all. They look very yellowy on the backside compared to the actual window panels themselves. But overall, it's not that big a deal. I mean, who can really complain, right? It's just the back of a bottle. On the inside of the bottle, surrounded by all the little blue studs, there are 4 little pieces that the ship sits on top of. Now, here is the neck of the bottle, and the neck of the bottle is actually very well detailed. It's very well put together, but you had to use some very awkward pieces. Like, for instance, this big gold piece that's right here is actually a wheel from, I believe it's a Technic set. It's actually a gold wheel. See, right there. It's either a wheel from a Technic set or a Lego Speed Champion set, but it is a car wheel. Now, a complaint that I have about the neck of the bottle is that the neck of the bottle, well, breaks off really easily. About 4 times now that I've tried handling the bottle, that the neck of the bottle has actually broken off the bottle itself. And one of the times it actually resulted in me dropping the entire bottle itself. And yes, it did explode. The one complaint that I have about the bottle in itself is that the bottle scratches very easily. Like I said, I dropped it and a ton of scratches resulted from that. Not only is it an imperfection magnet, it is also a fingerprint magnet. And my last complaint about the bottle is it is super fragile. Now, it being a Lego, Legos in themselves are very fragile, but this is just fragile on a whole nother level. If you look at this thing wrong, it's basically going to break. So if you need to do something like shuffle the studs down below and kind of make it more even like here, I would definitely recommend being super duper careful, as the bottle can break, and it has broken on me because of that. But overall, the Lego in itself is a very cool set. I can't not recommend this to anybody. This is just a super cool set all around, and if you can get your hands on it, if you're looking for a contemporary piece to put somewhere and put it on display, have something in your room, on your office desk, this just makes a fantastic piece. A Lego set where no detail is spared and every single thing pops out directly in front of your face. Designed after an age-old tradition, all sitting right on top of your desktop. I think that's gonna wrap it up for this one. I apologize for, doing all this by myself and having all this shaky footage and the bad voicing and, just existing in general. It's very difficult without my brothers here, but since I did everything that Brickbeard asked, hopefully I can get my brothers back. So stay tuned, everybody. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all in the next one.